Hello, wrestling fans. This is Kenny Cummins here, and I'm excited to be joined with a rising wrestling star out of Chicago. This lady has a lot in store, has a bright future. She's wrestled in numerous areas, different companies, different promotions, and I'm super excited to be joined with Leslie Muñeca is with me right now. How's it going?
Hi, it's going well, and you?
Good, good. Thank you so much for being on the show starting off the month of September. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. I'm happy to be here.
Super, super excited. So let's go ahead and begin. Talk about your wrestling journey. How did you get started into wrestling?
Well, actually, I started watching wrestling when I was about 10 years old, and I was just scrolling through channels, and I didn't know what to watch until I saw it was like a Monday, or I'm pretty sure it was a Monday around that time because it was like around I was about to turn 11. Um, I just saw some girls wrestling, and I'm just like, what is this? I was so confused. And my aunt walked in and she's like, "Oh, you're watching WWE. That's wrestling." I'm just like, "Oh, this sounds cool." You never see a lot of girls fighting. And then I knew who John Cena was. I knew he was a wrestler, but I didn't know he was a big wrestler until I started watching more WWE. And I kind of told my mom, I'm like, "Hey, mom, I want to do wrestling." So I started off doing high school wrestling. There was a separate club outside of school because I wasn't in high school yet. I am currently in high school. I'm a high school senior, and I am 5 years in professional wrestling. I am being taught by, well, I do two styles, which is lucha and American. Lucha, I am trained by Atomico Senior and his family, and American style, I'm taught by Bryce Benjamin.
Okay, so for wrestling fans in general, um, talk about the lucha style for wrestling fans that might not be quite familiar with that type of style. Those outside of that side of things. Talk about the lucha style. What makes it different and unique from the American style?
Well, mostly I respect everyone who wears mask and everything. I decided not to go with a mask. Um, but most importantly, it's just all about how it started off as a little thing and everybody just started wearing masks. But what is really good about lucha is that it's just fast and very hyping. We do everything with style. So I like that.
Yeah, I got familiar with Lucha Libre style back in the Monday Night Wars with more specifically towards WCW with the talent they had. Guys like Rey Mysterio, Juventud Guerrera, Psychosis, just getting more familiar with the style. And Rey Mysterio had his documentary this past weekend, and I learned even a lot more about the Lucha Libre style and what it means to him for wearing the mask and stuff like that. So that culture is different, it's built different, and it's truly appreciated. So I've grown to respect it a lot more, just getting an understanding of that particular style. So you are 5 years into your wrestling career, so you've been able to go up against some big names. You go up against some established talent. When you look back in your 5 years of your wrestling career, what's some of the highlights? What's some of the moments that stood out to you that you look back and say, "Man, I can't believe I really did this." What's some of your favorite highlights this in the last 5 years?
Well, of course, it's my debut. I never knew that I was gonna debut after 6 months of training. Um, it was something that was unexpected. And the day before I actually debuted, I went to go see an all women's wrestling show nearby my house, and it was Rise. and I got to meet Taya Valkyrie, in which she gave me the best advice in saying, "Don't do it if you feel like you're gonna mess up because you're gonna end up getting scared, and then you're gonna end up getting you're gonna end up messing up." But another highlight is definitely my first title. Um, I knew that after my first title, I was only 16 years old. I'm currently 17, and now I'm currently holding three belts, which is the Powerhouse Wrestling Extreme Ladies Championship, the Raging Pro Glamour Championship, and the All Heel Wrestling Women's Championship. I am currently holding all those, so I I never knew that I would get to a point where I would be holding three titles. So I look back and I'm like, you know, the 10-year-old wrestling fan that you were is like screaming for you right now.
Yeah, that's incredible. You got three championships this very young in your career, and you've been in the locker room with a lot of great talent, obviously. So it's incredible, Leslie, what you've been able to accomplish thus far. And you have so many more good years ahead of you. So I definitely look forward to seeing your growth. You continuing to evolve, working on the craft and getting better and better year after year. So sky's the limit for you, Leslie. So with three championships currently, three well,
Yeah.
multiple promotions. When you are a champion for a promotion, that shows that they got faith in you. They show that they see you being the face of their company, face of their division. What's that feeling like when they say you're gonna be a champion? We're gonna have you as the face of the company of the division. What's that feeling like just being a champion in general?
I mean, I feel very happy for myself, honestly, because I mean, I'm like I said, I'm only 17, and for them to give me the opportunity to be their champion feels amazing because there's other great talents out there that they could have them be their champion, but they always try to work around it and have one of the best talent as like the face of their women's division. So I'm happy to be part of it for all those three companies, and I can't wait for the ones to come.
Absolutely. So you from Chicago. And it's one thing that wrestling fans know about Chicago in general, is that they have one of the most passionate fan base in all of professional wrestling. It's that city is in for a busy weekend, I see, with All Out coming up this weekend. Of course, Dynamite was yesterday. Actually, yeah, it was yesterday. Rampage is tomorrow, and All Out is on Sunday. So you've been to shows, you've wrestled shows at Chicago or near the surrounding areas for that matter. How would you describe Chicago wrestling fan base, from your perspective as a competitor and a fellow fan?
Well, every time I went to wrestling events, we would be one of the loudest um, fans, I guess we can say. But as me being a wrestler, you can hear everyone yell for your name if they like you, or they will boo your name if they hate you. But it honestly feels great because you're just like feeling the heat and you're getting pumped up for what's about to come.
Yeah, Chicago, they love hard, and when they boo hard. So you really have to be on your A game in front of that city, or they're gonna eat you alive. So I feel like if you can survive a crowd like Chicago, then you're gonna be all right. So and I got some friends in Chicago. They tell me the same thing, man. Like we we're gonna either love you or we're gonna hate you. So there's no other way whatsoever. So I see you got some upcoming shows, upcoming events. To tell the people where can they catch you for some upcoming shows.
So next week, September 10th, I will be in Elkhart, Indiana. September 17th, I will be in Racine, Wisconsin for Racing Championship Wrestling. Sunday, September 18th, I will be in a festival called Taco Fest in Chicago. The 24th, I will be in Powerhouse Wrestling, hopefully defending my title. I love wrestling there, you know. Um, the 25th, I am pretty sure I have Galley Lucha. And I think that's the end of the weekend for September. I'm not sure it is.
So you're busy throughout the month of September and you're traveling. Indiana, Illinois, and Wisconsin. So to everyone that's near those areas, go check out Leslie, watch her work, watch her perform and entertain you, support independent wrestling, and she will truly appreciate your support. So go check out those shows. Go Here's something else I wanted to ask you. You know, 5 years, 17 years old currently. What are some goals, future goals you want to accomplish? For the at least for the remainder of the year. More traveling, more shows. What's some goals you want to accomplish in these final
Well,
few
for
months
the
of the year?
year, I just hope to travel more. One more championship, you know. We still got 3, 4 more months, so whoever wants to make me the champion, whoever wants to have me in their company, I would go kick butt. You know, I turned 18 this year, so let's see what 2023 brings for us, you know, more opportunities since I'm over the age of 18 now. Well, I'm gonna be 18 now. So it's gonna be great.
You know, the 18-year-old inside me is pretty jealous because you done more in that, in that age than something I could even think of. So that's, that hit that like, man, that definitely made me feel like, man, I could have done more at that particular age. Of course, I was young and stubborn, so but I made it out further in life, so I'm okay. I'm all right. So um, you definitely shown that wrestlers at a young age can pursue wrestling at the high level and accomplish a lot. You know, 3 championships. What would your advice be to all the inspiring wrestlers or those that's trying to get into wrestling? What would your advice be?
Um, Stop, don't stop. It's just once you take that first role, it's like you're like completely into it. Like you want to learn more because there's so much to learning. There's so many styles. There's Canadian, there's lucha, there's American, there's Japanese. There's so many styles in wrestling, and once you get to the point where you want to be, either way, don't stop training because you learn new things all the time. I'm currently learning new things in wrestling, you know. So I just say don't stop because the animosity, the love, the passion, it's there.
Well said. Well said. And, obviously go into a training school, do some research on that. Just be around people that wants to help you and want to see you succeed. Um, be around that circle of people, whether it's family, friends, or fellow peers in wrestling. Just people that want to see you thrive, pretty much, because wrestling is a cutthroat business. So just be around people that wants to to be that helping hand, obviously. So for people that want to keep in track of your upcoming shows and your wrestling journey, where can they find you in social media?
Twitter, they can find me at Leslie La Muñeca. Instagram, Leslie La Muñeca underscore, and on Facebook, it's Leslie La Muñeca underscore. It's a page.
Gotcha. So go check out Leslie. Check out the shows. She's going to be in Indiana, Illinois, and Wisconsin throughout the month of September, every weekend. So she's busy, busy, and please, if you want to book her, go get in touch with her on her social media sites, and she got you. You know the time, the place, the opponent or opponents. She there for you. She's there. Um, Leslie, great having you on the show. You are such an incredible person, incredible talent, and you have, and like I said earlier, you have so many good years ahead of you. So I look forward to seeing you many more years of Leslie and for continuing to fulfill her dreams as a professional wrestler. Thank you so much, Leslie, for your time, and best of success goes out to you, and get to 5 more years and move and forward. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me. I hope to be back soon.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll definitely get have you back on in the future for sure. You have a great Labor Day weekend. Thanks again for your time.
Of course.
All
Thank
right,
you.
you have a good night. All right.